Would you rather have NFL commentator Chris Collinsworth narrate your entire day of mundane activity, or have Tony Romo narrate your sex life?
Play in the woods to the Mrs. Cohen?
I would prefer Collinsworth because Collinsworth would make me feel like the best ever, best ever person to ever join a Teams meeting for work. Whereas Romo would be like, oh, look at this guy. He's got his hand on her shoulder. Up, he's going a full-on blitz on the titties. That's coming next. Like, he'd be predictive of everything I was going to do.
He's going to eat at the Y.
Well, it's a glorious, peaceful week 9 here in the NFL season because for the second week in a row, the New York Jets do not lose. Now, don't come at me with you're all like, oh, Joe, it's a bye week. That doesn't count as a win streak. Potato. I'm counting it as a win streak. It's week 9. This is the forced fumble. Jaden Daniels likely out for the year with a gruesome elbow dislocation. The Bengals, actually, I just checked. They just let up another score to the Chicago Bears in the game. It's an exciting week of football. We're going to get into that. I'm D-Pro. Follow us on YouTube or Instagram at The Forced Fumble. Subscribe on Apple or Spotify. Coming up on the show, Would You Rather, one of my favorite go-to segments. I'm going to be throwing out some wacky-ass scenarios to my two co-hosts here, JD and Chewbacca. So, guys, I just referenced it before, but how do you feel if you're the Cincinnati Bengals? You try to salvage your season by bringing Joe Flacco in, and I feel like they would give up a fourth quarter comeback to Chewbacca's son's football team at this point. Like, you now lost fourth quarter comeback wins to the Jets and the Bears. How do you go on? How do you live with yourself?
Wow, that's a good question because I was thinking from the opposite side, and that's the Bears side. So for me, I'm not used to this, D-Pro. You being a Jets fan, you can appreciate this. We're not used to joy, happy things, nice things. We're not allowed to have them. But the Bears, to me, being 5-3 is almost like finding out, say, I don't know, your microwave just cured cancer. That's incredibly impressive, but deeply suspicious. So that's how I feel right now about the Bears being 5-3 at the expense of that Swiss cheese Cincinnati Bengals defense. So love to see it.
Yeah.
If I'm a Bengal offensive player, I'm livid. I'm livid. I've scored 30 or more points 6 times since the beginning of the 2024 season, and I've lost six games where that happened. So, I don't know how the locker room doesn't fall apart.
It seems to me that given what you just said, Chewbacca, and that seems to be their tale the last couple of years, or at least since they've gotten Burrow in the mix, it's like the offensive line is always a problem and the defense is always a problem. And they draft every single year at least one first rounder on said issue, right? One of those two issues. And it's always, always, always a problem. It's never solved.
Is this team entering, or is it already in most tortured fan base territory? You got the Jets, you got the Browns, you got the Vikings, you got the Lions, like teams that just always seem, Lions maybe not so much now, but this team just...
You can make an argument for that because like the Jets don't really ever give you the false sense of hope. A lot of these crappy teams don't. Those Marvin Lewis teams, he made the playoffs almost every year. First round and he's out. But they made the playoffs almost every year, going Ocho Cinco days. They've constantly been close enough. Go back to Boomer Esiason. He left the field with a win, with the Super Bowl with them winning. And then Joe Montana went and did Joe Montana things, and boom. So, but you're probably right. It's probably a pretty miserable fan base.
Yeah, that uniform is black and orange, but they are the epitome of blue balls. They really are. They come so close to climax. And then
I feel like the Vikings are probably the heavyweight champions of that. But yeah, they're in contention right now. All right, guys. One of my favorite things to do is play games with you two gentlemen and anybody else who's playing at home. Our buddy Dave likes to play these games as well. He's a big game player. So let's play a game of Would You Rather. Okay, so I'm going to throw out 2 scenarios. For the most part, 2 unattractive scenarios. There are exceptions. And you guys have to tell me, honestly, which of these 2 you would pick if you had to. Okay, so here we go. Would you rather? This first one, we all have children here who are playing sports. Your kid's team wins a championship, or you win Chewbacca's Survivor Pool. $2,000.
Oh, okay. So $2,000 of money that Chewbacca needs to hand me personally.
Yes.
or my kid wins a championship, which what parent wouldn't want that for that child? That's a tough dilemma there, Depro.
You guys are bad dads if that's a tough dilemma.
I'm going to go first because for me, it greatly depends on which kid you're talking about because
This guy's got a ranking. This guy's got power rankings for his own kids. What an asshole.
look, my older son has been playing soccer. He's 16. He's been playing for 11 years. There's a lot of emotional investment in him as a player. Last year, his club team was in the state cup. They were in the semifinals. I would give up those $2,000 to go back and change the score. My daughter, however, she just started playing. She doesn't care as much. Like, show me the Benjamins over her team winning their flight,
Okay. So Depro, you've got on one hand, but on the other. So now Baca, you've played your hand. So let's
And the
hear
poor
it.
middle child doesn't even get a mention.
Oh, he doesn't play sports. He doesn't.
Again,
Okay.
he's got a very distinctive power ranking here.
Fair. Fair. Okay, so I've got 3 boys. I've got 3 kids as well. And while money is great and kind of bragging rights is great, I would give up winning the survivor pool every day of the week and twice on Sundays to have any one of them win a championship in any of the sports that they've played.
But you think they would appreciate your sacrifice, Chewbacca?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm even talking like rec baseball where there's 4 teams. Like that championship
Outta
is,
here with
it's cool. It's a moment. It's a memory they're gonna have.
rec
Rec
baseball.
baseball.
We're
Oh,
giving up
dude,
$2,000 for rec baseball title.
rec baseball. Capitalism always bats cleanup in baseball. All right. So give me that $2,000, dude. All right, brother. So here's my thing. Everyone's like, well, how could you choose that money over your child's happiness? Well, for me, it's quite easy. My child's happiness is temporary, but a stack of crisp hundos I can spend on booze and loose women. That's forever, my friends.
Wasn't expecting loose women to come into the
Not
equation.
forever.
I like
The
that.
gonorrhea or the herpes might be forever, but
Dude, you take the cash, you invest it, and when your kid's old enough, you can buy them therapy. That's what good parenting is. Okay, gentlemen? All right. Jesus.
and it looks like that'd be a good investment for at least 2 of you guys.
All right.
Both of you guys.
Well, hey, we're all over the place on this one. I can't wait to hear what's next, Deep Pro.
Okay. Would you rather find $50 on the ground or beat the guy in fantasy who never sets a lineup? So the absolute clown who abandons his team, you lose to this person. Great indignity. So you want to beat this guy, or you find $50 on the ground. Another money.
How if the guy's barely setting his lineup, like bragging rights again, where's the bragging rights there?
I've been in leagues with people who, like 3 weeks ago, they just abandoned their team. You don't want to lose to a ghost player. That's an embarrassment. So that's where I'm coming.
Yeah. I'll take the money on this one. I'll take the $50.
For me, I'm the opposite of Chewbacca once again. $50 loses value the second you buy like avocado toast at brunch or something. Humiliating David or whomever in front of our league chat, that humiliation, that appreciates forever over that $50.
But how humiliated is a guy getting when he doesn't even care to set his lineup? He doesn't give a shit. He's checked out. What's humiliating about that?
It's more humiliating for JD if he loses to this guy. For me,
Yeah.
I lost to a guy a couple of weeks ago who was like, God, it sticks to your ribs. It pisses me off so much. I'd rather beat him and only this person than anybody else. I can't do it.
If you want to spin it on the win on the bragger side, that gives me one new petty monologue I can hold over someone once a week for 6 months. So that's like gold where I come from.
Amen. Yep. Would you rather have NFL commentator Chris Collinsworth, and former Bengal, narrate your entire day of mundane activity, or have Tony Romo narrate your sex life?
Romo. I'll take Romo in the bedroom. Calling play-by-play, making the color commentary as I'm laying the wood to the Mrs. Cohen, Mrs. Baca.
I would prefer Collinsworth because Collinsworth would make me feel like the best ever, best ever person to ever join a Teams meeting for work. Like, look at this guy over here. He's just fantastic. Like, nobody does it like this guy anymore. Whereas Romo would be like, oh, look at this guy. He's got his hand on her shoulder. Up. He's going on. a full-on blitz on the titties that's coming next. Like, he'd be predictive of everything I was going to do, you know?
He's gonna eat at the Y.
He's I love Tony Romo. I've always loved Tony Romo.
Of course you
He
do.
just
You've got
seems
no
like a good
taste, no
dude.
culture.
JD
Of course
hates
you
him.
do.
I have no culture.
It's just a joke, my friend.
No.
Not
He,
personal.
he played at some no-name school, came out of nowhere. You know, I've always liked him. He's got the dimples. He could call my sex life. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's not enough for me to want to seal the deal with the missus with with him over my shoulder. Oh yeah, I think he's going to zone coverage on those titties now. No, that's not what I want to hear. So I love Deepro's explanation. I'm going to forego whatever I was going to say because it can't be that good, Deepro. That was perfect. Chris Collinsworth, if you even put a Patrick Mahomes mask on, he will pump you up and maybe even pump you off.
I hate Chris Collinsworth.
I get it. Here's a guy.
And he's back.
Boy, that's not good.
New recording track created. Okay,
Okay.
so I think I may have. The only thing I did was I hit like my headphone wire.
No, it's not that. It's your connection. You've been choppy to say the least on my
The
side.
whole time. But at least
Yeah.
you have headphones.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
You're fine. Don't do anything different. Just keep.
No,
we'll
I'm gonna
keep
call.
going.
I'm gonna call my provider. I'm gonna call Optimum tomorrow because this.
Now, at week 9, you've decided, hey, maybe it's time to call the fucking now. After you've been choppy, late, slow, delayed, not uploading, motherfucker. Week 9. Now I'm going to call my provider. Jesus Christ.
He's going full Karen on Optimum Online.
I love when
I can't wait to.
when Jay gets passionate about something. It's just like this fire emerges in his soul.
I just have very little tolerance for
Yeah, I'm getting that.
lack of common sense.
I'm just I can get lazy about things. What can I tell you?
Okay, cool. What else you got?
Next one. Okay, couple more here. All right. Would you rather get to?
Would I rather finish this segment or have you call your internet provider right now? I'd rather finish the segment. Let's go.
Okay. Well, thanks for interrupting then. Would you rather get to hang out with your favorite NFL player for a full day, living or dead, or you get to eliminate your least favorite player from the league and their entire history?
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. See ya.
That's mine too.
Gone.
He's mine too. Seriously? That's awesome.
Gone. No more football playing. Just go make babies. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care about meeting Tiki Barber, Derek Jeter, Muhammad fucking Lee. Tariq Hill. See you later.
The easy way out for me is Tom Brady, right? As a Jets fan, but I can't. I have such hatred in my heart for Tyreek Hill. Just the way he goes about his life and allegedly abused women, and he just goes from woman to woman and has kids, and then he's asked out of Miami. Like, just a very, very selfish man. So yeah, I'd love to see him hit the brick. I'm glad he's on the Dolphins though. Serves him right. Glad we've come to a consensus here.
Yeah, our first one.
All right, 2 more, gentlemen. Okay. Would you rather get sacked by TJ Watt, like blindside sack, like a hard sack by TJ Watt, or be the dope who has to lead the chants at MetLife?
Like Fireman Ed?
Yeah, like that type. The guy, the big old clown who stands up and tries to rile up the crowd. Which, by the way, I bring this up because that's my nightmare, having to be that guy.
Oh, no, I'd be that guy in a second. I think most people know me, know I'd be that guy in a second. In light of the fact I was just wrestling with my 9-year-old who weighs 50 pounds, and he kneed me right here, and I'm still feeling woozy. This was 90 minutes ago. I'm not getting sacked by JJ Watt, TJ Watt, any Watt. No, I'll be Fireman Ed. I'll get the crowd going.
Reggie Watts. No, I can't be that tool that stands up there with total loser energy. I can't, dude. I cannot be that guy. So I will gladly give me a TJ Watt. Give me Khalil Mack. Give me actually. You know what? Give me Warren Sapp. Just pancaking me over that stupid loser job that Chewbacca wants to fulfill. Please.
Now, JD, does it change your mind if you get to do that for the Bears? BEAR, bear.
Yeah. Roar. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
I'm with you, JD, on this one. I'd rather have a ruptured spleen than have to be that clown in front of thousands of people staring at me.
You might as well spell out unemployed, because that's like basically what you have to be to fill that role at the stadium. Losers.
All right, our last one, and this
Aw.
pits my kryptonite against JD's kryptonite. Okay, go to a game and wear a jersey of a team not currently playing, or wear the jersey of a team that is playing, but your last name is on the back, which is my kryptonite.
Like JD wearing an Urlacher jersey, only it doesn't say Urlacher, it says Domini.
I'm going to start by saying this. Gentlemen, we are Jews and Italians. Our names don't really, I don't know that our names belong on the back of football jerseys.
What do you mean? A Cohen played for the Bears.
Tarico. I just feel like it looks.
Can I wear that jersey?
You really should. I mean, I would rather wear like an Expos jersey to a Giant
Member of the tribe
game than do that.
So I'm a Yankee fan who doesn't think we should buy the jerseys with the team,
I
with
agree.
their last name on the
That's
back.
sacrilege. I agree.
It's just not how the Yankees have done it. So I would never wear a jersey for one of my favorite players, but put my name on it, disgrace that like with my name. So because I don't mind to wear a Marlins jersey to a game where the Marlins aren't playing or whatever, anything that really gets under JD's skin, I don't mind that. I'm going with that.
I'm about to stick this pen right through my eardrum, I should say. God, Deeper, you know how they put these dilemmas in front of me. I'm going to say that putting my last name on the jersey, 54, Brian Urlacher put Domini on there. I can't do that. That is disgraceful on a few levels. And so disgraceful. Exactly. And it's narcissistic.
It's very, very lame.
Yeah. So I am with you, my friend. But man, wow, that's a photo finish in my mind. What's worse?
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the beginning of the season. We did our shit the bed candidates. Chewbacca went with the Chargers. JD, you went with the Falcons. I went with the Dolphins. Chewbacca went out on more of a limb than the other one's, a longer limb, right? Saying the Chargers. But I will say the Dolphins just fired their general manager after an embarrassing loss to the Ravens, right? And I'm the only one, just going by NFL.com's rankings, I'm the only one of the three of us whose team is ranked lower than they were in the preseason. So are we ready to call this yet or no? Do you guys still think you have a shot?
Holy shit. It's a competition.
What are the power rankings? I need a power rankings right here. What are the power rankings? Where do the Chargers sit at power rankings?
They are at 12 right now. They were at 14.
Oh, so they were 12 preseason. They're at 12 now.
No, they were 14 in the preseason.
Whatever.
Like I busted both of you guys, Atlanta, led by Penix, who's really like a rookie at this point. And the Dolphins, who suck, led by, Tua many concussions, Tagovailoa, whatever the hell his name is. Neither one of you went out on any kind of a limb. The Chargers, while they've got a cute record, it's cute. They've lost 2 games, Giants and Commanders. So if they end up not making the playoffs, they're going to be kicking themselves, and they will have successfully shat the bed because they lost to those 2 teams. They beat Minnesota, Tennessee, the Raiders, and Miami. So they've beat teams that suck, and they've lost to teams that suck. So I think they really are shitting the bed.
I will say this about I'll take my Dolphins. I'll take ownership of this team for now, is that they have fully fallen on their face. I think I win this exercise if the Dolphins are ranked 30th, 31st, or 32nd at season end, and they're definitely on their way to doing that.
So, fellas, let's take a step back. One, Deepro, I didn't know this was a competition. If that were the case, I would have maybe been a little bit more bold and balls out with my pick. That's
Are you
number
saying
one.
you weren't trying, JD?
I think so. Number 2, Chewbacca, appreciate all the stats there, Wikipenis, but you've got your tits out here like Sydney Sweeney. But here's the facts. The Chargers are 1 game out of first. They're the current 6th seed in the AFC. You're fundamentally failing the assignment here, and that's to pick the team that is going to shit the bed. They're anything but right now, is what I'm saying.
This was a season-long prediction.
Right, and we're at the halfway point. We're checking in.
We're halfway there, and they've already got 2 losses to teams that aren't making the playoffs.
I heard you the first time. That's great. But you're fundamentally failing the assignment. They are in the playoffs at the moment. So you're failing the assignment at the halfway point. And Depro's already doing a fucking victory lap here. So meanwhile,
they've got Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Philly, KC, Houston, Denver. They're going to miss the playoffs, and I will win.
They may. They just lost Joe Alt too, so
Yes.
their pass protection is the equivalent of Madison's at this point. So let's look at my pick, right? And my pick were the Atlanta Falcons. I think they're 3-5, not a great team by any stretch. My whole point, gentlemen, when we did this exercise was to say that I'm countering what these NFL hipsters are saying. These NFL hipsters are saying the Falcons are like, this is the sleeper team. This is the team that's going to get it. And I was like, no, they're not. So that was my logic. But
I get that.
I didn't realize the two of you would come here with your dongs out looking, with a ruler. So my apologies.
I think for me, really what I wanted to focus on with the Dolphins is that mostly the Dolphins put out mostly the same roster that they had last year. They actually lost a couple of guys, right?
Yeah,
and
especially on defense.
Yes, and you just knew, the levee's about to break on these guys. Like, what makes you think that that this team is going to go, is the trajectory is anywhere but going down? So that's why I picked them, because all signs pointed to, and it doesn't take a genius to figure that out, that all signs are pointing down. And McDaniel's probably just going to get fired at the end of the year.
McDaniel's and his substitute math teacher energy there on the sidelines. I don't know how he survived and the GM fell on that sword, but that's probably, actually, you probably just made the case why the GM fell on the sword there. Was that overall roster management just wasn't
the
there.
roster. But I mean, did they really think that the job that he did was going to work this year? I mean, after that loss against Baltimore, you knew that something was coming. That's kind of how the NFL works now. But usually it's the coach or it's a coordinator. It's not usually the general manager in the middle of the season. But
yeah, funky move.
All right, gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I want to thank everybody for listening. This has been The Forced Fumble. In closing, when asked, would you rather go read a book, learn a new skill to better myself, or talk football with these two lugs, I choose the latter every single time. And I'll see you next time on The Forced Fumble.
Later.